Hello and welcome back. This is Hotspot. Well, Grillenheimer anyway. And yeah, I've been doing a lot of videos, probably too many. I apologize. But I've just been on a creative streak. I don't know why I'm doing this. But now, and I've done a lot of these battle cards, stratagem cards. I've been going to town, and the last video I showed off playing chicken. It's orange blue action card. This is the correct card. Choose an enemy in alt mode with the truck, car, or tank trait. If you have a truck or tank in alt mode, it takes 1 damage. Your enemy takes 2. So I think this is worded the right way. It's worded better for it to make sense. You choose your enemy in alt mode. Doesn't matter if they're tapped or untapped. Has to be a truck, car, or tank trait. You have to choose one of yours that is either a truck or tank in alt mode. You both take damage. They take 1 more. And I've already gone over the... No, I haven't. I've already gone over this one. Waterfall. Easy enough. This is a location card. One of the many that I've created. Boats. Okay. I can get this out. Boats, beasts, and helicopters all get tough too. Boy, that's a tongue twister for me. But yeah, that's Waterfall. That's Waterfall. Trying to give the boats a little love and the helicopters a little love. Let's go on to, I got a little of both here. I've got 2 upgrades, 1 action card, and about 4 location cards. Let's go with the action. This might be a little strong. Did not put a star on it. It is called Impaled. And in Beast Wars, when Optimus Primal goes berserk, because Tarantulas is... What am I hearing? Thing has Primal go nuts, and he storms the Predacon base. This is after, it's a little hard to see because it is kind of dark. It's after he impales Tarantulas to the wall. There's Tarantulas' own weapon right there. But apparently he does get out of it. Scrap an enemy weapon and do 1 damage to the same enemy. The only thing is maybe what I shouldn't have done is picked an action with a black pip and a green pip, so you can get this back after it's been flipped. But maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I should have just left it blank, like a lot of damage in medical cards that are pretty strong. They're normally blank cards, but that one is black and green. Let's go on to some equipment cards. Upgrade cards, equipment. Corbot. This is from G1. This is after Sentinel wakes up in episode... Sentinel. I almost even said Anti. That's the comic book. Gosh, my mind is just a blender right now. Teletran 1 wakes up on Earth. This is the thing that pops out of this thing, apparatus right there, to go out and repair all the Transformers inside the Ark. Of course, apparently it was a bit rattled because it repaired Thundercracker first. And so the Decepticons got the edge when they got there because Teletran apparently couldn't decipher who was who. Weirdly enough. So anyway, this is an upgrade with an orange pip. It's a utility. When this character is defending, it takes 2 less damage, even after factoring in Pierce. And it's Corbot, and you can have it on them. It is scrappable. I mean, it can come off, but it's not a one-use thing. It's a utility. It's there. Corebot. It's not Corpse Bot. It's Corebot. Here's the Maximal Probe from Beast Wars. And I like how, let me get my pen. Added the picture also up here too. Maybe I should have flipped this and left this like that on its own. It didn't do very well. It's still very light. Another utility, a white pip utility with +1 to attack. When this character attacks, assign it a color pip or blank. So, and I wrote it like that because we have blank cards. You know, if you guess a color, blank is not a color. Blank is without any color pips. So you can guess either the white, orange, blue, black, or green, or blank. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's the same color, it gets bold 3. And I was trying to somewhat mimic what the probe was doing, because it was really trying to find them out. And with that in mind, with this upgrade, that you have to find your bold 3 by guessing at it in a way. Like we have a few other characters that do that as well as the Whirl's upgrade card. Paralyzobox is like that too. But with Paralyzobox, I believe you're actually having to guess your opponent's top card color of their deck. With this one, you're doing your own on your own team. And plus, it also gives a slight boost in attack. Now let's go to the 4 location cards here. Let's do... Gosh, these are so washed out. Golly. And this is on that photo paper too, so they're a little shiny. Non-faction layer. I don't think I've done this before. Skip ahead if you think I've mentioned some of these before. Characters, neither Autobot nor Decepticon have bold. Okay. Characters, neither Autobot nor Decepticon have bold 2 and +1 to defense. So right now that's mercenaries. Well, if you played this and you're using it with the ARC's characters, I guess that would be Unicronium or whatever they're called. I would just call them Quintessons. As Quintessons are a faction, or a non-faction really. And I was thinking of the Quintessons and the mercenaries with this. So, and I worded it this way because this is how Tarantulas mentioned it in his transmetal form in season 2. Neither Autobot nor Decepticon, you know. So those characters on your team would not get this, but the others would. Bold 2 +1 to defense, and it's right here. This does not add up. This is this. Then I put my little verbiage. Only 1 location card can be in play at a time. And it stays out there on the field until it is replaced by your own or your opponent's. Only 1 location card can be in effect at a time in play. Autobot base, the ARC. Autobots get +1 to attack, bold 1, and tough 1. Decepticons get -1 bold. Well, I've gone over this before in that short little snippet where I was just showing photos of some of these in a lot better quality than this, explaining negative bold. You have to get bold to subtract bold. So let's get that clear. You have to add bold to subtract bold. So if you have a character with, and this is in play, and you flip, say, the card with Starscream on it with bold 3, and you have an equipment card on your Decepticon as well with bold 2. Well, instead of getting that bold 5, you get bold 4 because of this. as an example. So you can still flip for your 2. But for in your extra bold, if you're supposed to flip 5, then you flip 4 instead of 5. So it's lowering your bold a little bit, but it's not hurting you by attack or defense in any way. It's only hurting your flipping action. Even though the Autobots get a big buff, a little buff, well, not a big, but a little buff on everything with attack, defense, and bold, because you're fighting on their base. You know, think of a football game, you know. Let's go on to the next. I like this one. I got to trim it down a little bit. The Asteroid Exile from Hair. Is that a hair? I need an air. And you can, because I was wanting blue and orange, you can tell this was Daring Escape. And I was using it to crop and chop and edit and paste and blah, blah, blah. And it is from G1. It's either, was it the Revenge of Bruticus stuff? When Bruticus first, Starscream made the Combaticons, whose faction name I got wrong on the last video. If you were screaming at me, I apologize. Okay. The asteroid that they exiled, the Combaticons and Starscream, and there's Blast Off pulling them along. Tank, cars, motorcycles, beasts, Omnicons, which I misspelled, patrols, boats, Stunicons, Constructicons, Predacons, trains, Battlemasters, Firecons, and Dinobots in alt mode all have -2 bold. So not only have I been creating location cards, I've also created negative bold, which seems really weird, but it seems to work because it's going to, say you got a deck with a lot of, there's that hair in my, again, a lot of double orange cards with improvised shields, PTT, whatever. All of a sudden, you know, they have bold 2. They don't get it with this. They only get the flip their 2, etc., etc. They got that bold 3. They can only flip 1 unless they get a white pip. It does not stop double extra flips with white pips. Only bold. So also something to note. But I was really trying to think of everything that cannot fly. Though I did say patrols, I guess that includes the airstrike patrols in alt mode. Yes, they are planes, but they are still patrols. I wouldn't really call them space worthy. I don't know. They're tiny, but I'm going to get something for them too. Trust me. Something for them is coming. I don't have that done yet. Oh, I got to quit. Last one. This card printed pretty well. Cybertron. Placement card. Maybe I should have called them placements. Location card. All factions in bot mode get bold 3. It's a blue and a green. And that was another thing, is that with all these location cards, is that I was really wanting to get them green pips. So if you got some different rainbow of fruit flavors. Where's another one? Oh, Waterfall doesn't have a green pip on it. My daughter's hair is just all over me all of a sudden. Sorry about that. Is that so you can, get them back and reuse it. Say you have, wow, this would really help grapple a red alert out, wouldn't it? A couple of different location cards. For the fun of it, spice things up. Say you just want the orange pip mainly, or a white pip, or some blue. Well, these are going to help play around with the game too, depending on what your traits are and what you're playing with. Even if you mess yourself up a little, it might mess up your opponent a lot. And that's what these are really, really made for, is really trying to mess up your opponent as much as possible. And because of that, that's why they'll be out there. It'll be out there until you play another one, and it has to be a different one, or your opponent plays another one and it gets changed out. So you're no longer on Cybertron or the moon of Cybertron or the non-faction layer or the waterfall or the arc or the asteroid exile. It can change. It seems silly, but how it affects the characters and play, and I'm trying to cover as many factions as I can, which, trying to give some extra loving to trucks, alt modes, playing chicken, taking stuff from this old show, Beast Wars, etc. Somewhat reenacting parts of things that we grew up and loved and enjoyed and watched, for the good or the bad. And I have been thinking of a core bot since before the game got canceled. I have been thinking about how a core bot would work for months now. And I knew it needed to be, and originally I thought maybe like a stratagem, but I thought it would be best for an upgrade. Originally I was going to draw it. And I thought, and it's based on a corpsman, because I have a friend that is a colonel, and he was explaining to me a lot of terms and neat things and stuff, because I'm not part of the military. But he is. And he was talking about corpsmen and this and that and what up, and explaining a few things. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And when he mentioned that was early 2019. I was still in my old department before everything got topsy-turvy, and way before this whole virus stuff started too. And it just stuck in my head. It really stuck in my head. And I'm like, maybe we can do this in the game somehow. There might be a better way to do this. Maybe this will inspire you to go, hey, Grillenheimer, what about this? Great. But I've been racking my brain around some of these things, and especially some of the stratagems for placements and whatnot, trying to wrap my head around, because I knew I wanted originally these were just going to be like stratagems of some sort, and someone at Edge of Icon on Facebook kind of opened my eyes a little bit. He gave me the link to the rules of how Wizards made cards, and I just didn't look at it. I mean, I have a rough idea, and I know I've done some stupid things, but I'm not too worried about it. It's neither here or there. I know I've changed a lot of my stuff over and over and over again too. In look, I mean, you can see this in look, in words, in text, in wording, in pips, in colors, etc. It has been a learning process. It really has. Am I a card creator? No, but I guess I've become one. But I'm not a great one. But if you want to have fun, because the game has turned into casual play. No more tournaments, no more conventions, I guess. Whatever. Not like I could ever go. But I really think these are pretty neat. Maybe a little strong. I think Impelled maybe a little too strong, because maybe it shouldn't have a green pip. But in Cybertron, gosh, I need to stop. I've gone over 15 minutes. And I have been racking my brains on Cybertron for weeks. I really have, because I originally thought, I really want only the bots from 84 to 85, or from the original show, to get a perk for Cybertron, or characters that have Cybertronian modes. And I'm thinking, how the heck could that be worded that couldn't be debated between two real people trying to play this as a real card? It didn't make much sense. So I kept working it in my mind, working it in my head, trying to get it simplified. And I'm like, okay, Cybertron, robots in disguise. Well, if they're on Cybertron and there is no war, they'd be walking around in bot mode. So, hey, they're home, they're in bot mode, let's give them a perk. And so that's where I got the Bold 3 from. In a lot of my location cards, do not have stars. I started putting stars on them originally. I've got some more that I've already shown y'all. I don't want to go down that road again. But just really neat stuff. Really neat stuff. And that's all I've got for this afternoon. I've already got one video in the can, not this one, edited and ready to go. And it goes over some previous cards, including Waterfall and maybe it was the non-faction layer. I can't remember. No, Waterfall and Cybertron. It was these two. That's right, it was those two. And the one before just went super quick, and I was trying to do a voiceover and trying to explain negative bold. And I really wanted to take the time to say, okay, this is how negative bold would work, etc. And, taking away some people's bold for the sake of, you don't need to be flipping that much. It's still there. But that's all I've got today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following. I hope y'all are enjoying this. I'm not done. I am not done. I've got a lot to get finished. And it's just exciting. I think some of my drawings turned out better than I expected. Even when I got a little lazy, like with Hotspot there. So I really can't wait to get some of this stuff finished up. Making battle cards and stratagems has just been easy, so that's where a lot of my energy has been lately. I looked at one of my older videos where I'm sitting there and speculating about waves 5, 6, 7, and 8, or 6, 7, and 8, or something like that, which will never happen. But it'll happen with us. It'll happen with you. It'll happen with the Ark. So, as always, have a blessed day. Thanks for following along. I don't have few followers. I have people that have liked what I've done, and it's well appreciated. Thanks a lot. Y'all really matter and have kept me the inspiration to keep this going. It really has, along with other factors as well. Stay safe. I hope you have a great day. And as always...
Oh, Prime, what do you mean the game's canceled?